that I'm not picking to be a mod. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's the big boy. Get the hell out of here. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Oh my god, I got the chills. What the heck? You gotta be kidding me right now. 612 to 681. Y'all put y'all's guesses in. It's for a $50 Amazon card. Are you serious right now? Papa's not here. Oh my god, Papa's not here.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here with GrimDV from Twitch, who, as you may know, is a pretty crazy dude. This guy, as of today, has now spawned and harvested 4 great ones, not 1. 4 of them. I don't even know what to say. So during the past week, guys, I have witnessed with my own eyes 2 great ones spawned and harvested live on Twitch within a 2.5 day period. It was completely insane. And it really does lead us to think, you know, this guy is definitely onto something. He knows what he is talking about. So in today's video, we are going to be going through all kinds of vital information on spawning animals, especially Whitetail. We're going to talk about all of his tactics, everything he does to make this happen. Now, if you didn't see, my good friend CorpseKill Gaming implemented Grim's strategy and managed to spawn and harvest a great one, the Big Rack Great One, in a 4-day grind live on Twitch 2 days before Grim did. So I watched 2 great ones spawn and harvest in front of my own eyes this week. Insane. If you guys would like to check out my interview with Corpse and see his great one being shot on Twitch, I'll leave the link for you on the screen and in the description below. So for today's video, guys, because Grim is on Xbox, we did a live stream, and so today's video will be the footage from that live stream, so it doesn't have awesome audio. I do apologize for that. But we really wanted to get this information out to you guys and clarify some things for you. So in today's video, we're gonna try and clarify all of the things that Grim is doing, but we do have 2 other videos that I would highly recommend having a look at if you would like to try and implement Grim's strategy. I am gonna put the link to those 2 videos on the screen here, and I also will put them in the description below. We're gonna head into it.
What is this right here, Grim? What is this we're looking at? Tell me.
That's true beauty right there is what you're looking at. That is a 2.5 months worth of work. And blood, sweat, and tears all poured into one creature right there.
So tell me what happened that night.
What happened that night was...
Yeah.
I had a bunch of big 2s going, and we were probably an hour and a half into the stream. I knew it was on a heater, and I did get a nice level 3 before that, the cycle before. We didn't get no rares out of it, but I could just tell by the 2s. I mean, they were big 2s. They were over, you know, diamond potential, although none of them hit diamond, but...
You had some big 2s and some nice big spawns that night, right before it happened, is that right?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, honestly, because I mean, I kind of felt it heating up, but I didn't actually expect it right then and there. I just thought it was probably going to be, and I even said that next cycle we were due for a 3, you know, the next day cycle. So I was actually waiting to come back around, so I knew something big was going to pop, and I really thought it was going to be another 3 because I was overdue for a troll, which we actually got right after this one. When we jumped back in the game and hunted a little bit longer, we got that level 3 troll right after this. But yeah, this thing popped up, and now what has become my favorite zone, because I got the biggest one over here. Other great one with this.
Look at these! Look
Came
at
out
these!
Of that same zone,
look what I'm looking at! 4 great ones. I can't spawn 1, and we have 4 here. It's nuts.
Yeah, it was awesome. Everything piled
Look at
up.
the scores, guys.
I felt validated. I did. As if y'all watch the stream, y'all understand. Like, it just made everything I did worth it.
Yep.
So everybody that was in that stream, and to see it live, and to know that you know, I'm not just talking out my butt, you know, hoping to get views. It was never about views. It was never about becoming whoever
we're
I
actually
became.
trying to help people with this
that's all it
information.
was.
Like, we're not trying to do anything, you know, wrong or this is not a mod. This is just literally figuring out how things work, and this is what we've been trying to do since day 1. And he just seems to be the first person who seems to have figured out how great ones work. It sure wasn't me, but it sure seems to be working. That is
I
crazy. That is so great.
I haven't figured out how great ones work. We figured out how to get the whitetail
Spawning.
And
how the spawning works is what I mean.
Basically, you're getting your shot, better chances, more deer you kill, the more chances. It's all RNG at the end of the day. But there's just certain methods you can do to keep a healthy population and keep hunting. You know?
Yeah, how many diamonds are you at for this grind?
114.
114 diamonds.
114.
That's it?
That's it.
Nice. That's crazy. How many rares?
Rares are 30 and 31 rares, I think, and 30 level 3 trolls.
And how many kills are you at? Were you at when you spawned the big racked great one?
I haven't done the math, but I'm pretty sure right at about 16,000 total.
16,000. So guys, that is a wow, crazy number of kills. So this was not an easy thing to do. This is not, I don't think we need to worry about great ones popping up all over. So that is a serious commitment.
I know a lot of people
right?
are about math. It is a commitment. So, all right, so first things first, guys, and I understand, and I need to put this out there right now. My tactics are not a end all be all to getting a great one, or by any means how this game works. Just take it with a grain of salt, and I can't reiterate this enough. Take it with a grain of salt. If it works for you, it works for you. If one of the methods I have is not working, then we're gonna have to adjust it, or you might have to play around with it and figure it out. I'm not saying anything I'm saying is absolutely nailed down to this is how it works. Okay, this is how it works for me.
Yeah.
And it has been working for others, but this is what's working currently, right now, for my game. So let's get that out. I need
it's
that
a
out
theory.
It is.
It's a theory that we're working with that seems to be working for a lot of people. So let's run with it. We're having some fun with it. And he's figured out a lot of very fascinating things. So it's going to be fun to test all this stuff out. I can't wait.
I'm going to shut off the Hunt Club beta. That's the first thing I'm going to do.
Okay, so guys, he's telling us shut off our Hunt Club beta. Can you please tell everyone why that is so important?
I honestly believe there's more bugs associated with that actually spills out into the game. I mean, you will witness your population get a lot better of different animals, not just whitetail. So just test it. Just if it works for you and it gets better, which I've had a ton of people say, man, that's like night and day turning on and off when it comes to my population. So that's the first thing I will advise when we first get started here. Especially people around, running around trying to find their zones to start the game. That thing's up. You're probably not going to have the zones you would have with it off. So turn it off.
It's going to give you more zones and it's going to be less buggy, basically, is what he's saying. So it is a good, try it without your Hunt Club beta. It's not giving any benefit right now anyway. I haven't seen anything in it for a very long time, so I really wouldn't worry about it. But I would highly recommend that would be step one. Turn off your Hunt Club beta and you're already on the right road. And then what should they do what is your advice for someone setting up, for me, going into my new Great One Grind 2.0?
Your diamonds and your great ones are RNG. What we're doing here from this point forward is setting up your map so you can get the whitetails, get them constantly, keep them healthy in your herds, keep the bucks in there. That way you can cycle through and kill them bucks a lot quicker. And the more you can put down in the shorter amount of time, your better odds of getting your diamonds and the possible great one to spawn for you. So the first thing you do, as everybody knows, is you have to find your zones.
Find your zones. That's step one. What do you say to someone, because I'm hearing this from everybody all over, what do you say to people who say they have no whitetail on their map, they cannot find any whitetail?
Number one, turn off that Hunt Club beta as we discussed. Okay.
That's going to help with finding the whitetail. Okay.
And then
very interesting.
We will get going through this little cycle here, okay? If y'all look at my map, I'll zoom all the way out. You don't see any dark shades on it hardly. There's no shadows on my map.
I'm pulling it up.
The thing is, guys, I see a lot of people, and it's nothing against anybody that's doing this grind or wanting to hunt whitetail, but I see massive amounts of people that have not even discovered, a fraction of their water sources. So you can't honestly do this grind properly And then they come back to me, they're like, well, I had bucks in this, I shot some bucks, and now there's doe in it. I didn't shoot no doe. Okay. I honestly think the herds, once you find them and you get that whole notification like, oh, I discovered a need zone, and then it puts it on your map. At that point in time, I believe the game says, okay, we're going to attach this herd right then and there to that need zone. So therefore, at that time, that herd can't go other places. If you, and I'm a firm believer in this, if you do not attach it to your map like that, it can wander around your map. Each time you move or start a game, that herd can go anywhere that a whitetail herd can go, or whatever animal. Well, let's say you have all your zones discovered, and you haven't shot anything for the day or nothing. You have, let's say you went and shot a buck and a doe. Therefore, you have two possible spawns up in this little cloud or in this little pool, so to speak. You know, spawn pool. So you got a buck and a doe that can come back on your map. And you're only going to be able to get those in those two spawns that you shot at it. So it's either going to go into spot A or spot B. The doe and the buck.
Spot A or B. Because if you don't touch a zone, if you don't kill anything from a zone, it will never change, right? So you don't even need to look at it.
That's correct.
That's right. That's like this, super important, though, to know.
Let me reset my time here so I can get some gear out to notice.
8 to 10 zones. Grim only farms 8 to 10 zones. That is such a huge takeaway for me. It just... Can you explain why you use 8 to 10 zones? I know why, but can you explain it?
I have almost... I'm pretty sure every one of my zones, and I'm almost certain. See, these just spawned in over here, lady, while we're standing here. So... I hunt that because it's easier to keep track. If I hunted every zone on my map, it would take probably 4 to 5 cycles, day cycles, to get through them all.
Yeah, which is what I was doing.
Yeah, and with the great one being bugged, as y'all know, as soon as you leave your game and you come back, you're probably going to have a great one bugged if it's actually spawned on your map at the time.
Yeah.
So if you hunt 8 or 10, or even smaller, it's up to you. I can get through that in 1 day cycle. So if I'm prepared and I've got to shut off my game, correct? I'm not going to leave it on overnight. Even if I'm not on a heater, I don't fill it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to shut it off. I will take that last 15 minutes or whatever I need to, put my gun away, reset my time to the proper time, and look at all my zones. You know, make sure they come in, and you're looking at your zones, make sure that great one's not in there. The ones that you have actually
So at the end
hunted.
of the day, before you leave your map, you're saying that you put you de-weapon and you just check your zones to make sure that he has not spawned, so that he's not going to become bugged out. Is that correct?
That's correct. Because if he's going to be
you don't have to do this after the next update, guys. Just so you know, they should be fixed.
Yeah,
but right now you do. We don't know.
Yeah, let's make sure they're fixed first, and it'd still be a good rule of thumb, even if they're so-called fixed. But we won't know until. Yeah, somebody's like, oh, I came back in.
And they can break again. So, I mean, I hope they don't, but it is possible. So, yeah, that is really good advice, and that's the first I've heard that tidbit, so that is really good advice. I like that.
Yeah, so the smaller amount of zones you hunt, the easier it is just to go through them. You know,
and I would think by farming less zones, you are actually just expediting the whole process, aren't you?
That is true. You can...
You know, yeah, absolutely
you're not gonna have... Even if you don't use tripods, and if you hunt 8 to 10, your pressure's going to... If you kill 2 out of each one, your pressure's going to be up by the time you move back around to your first one. So
and he only kills 2, and that's another main point?
Yes,
can you tell us why you only kill 2?
2, I find it easier for the game to process, especially on Xbox. PC, it might be easier to process 3, but you also take into account that, you know, if you are shooting 3, and let's say you got a bad shot on another... You know, one of your 3 that you shot, and you have 5 deer in that herd, and you shot, you know, you're shooting at it running away because it was a bad shot.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden that there's a doe that ran in front of it, and you killed it, or another buck. You killed 4, right? So out of the 4 out of the 5, you killed 4 of them. Therefore, your spawn, you just basically broke that herd. It's going to be a one deer herd until you wipe it and get it to spawn back in. Now so
basically, you don't want to take any chances with getting your herds down to 1 deer.
That is correct. Yeah, you don't want to get down to 1 deer. Now, let me reiterate real fast something that I've noticed the last few times that it's happened, and I'm not going to say this actually works every time or if it's set in stone. But if you do happen to run into a scenario that you shot too many deer, and you're afraid that you're going to leave 1 in that zone, What I advise is to leave one of those deer on the ground. Do not harvest it. Do not pick it up. Leave it lay there. Go away. Go hunting.
What does that do?
I have found out the last 2 times I've tried this, and I've accidentally shot that extra one, and I've came back, that my deer have repopulated in that herd. It does not kill that herd. You lose that, you will, let's say I had 5, right? And I accidentally shot 4. And I left the one on the ground and didn't pick it up, kind of like the render glitch or the render bug right now. So
I think we should mention the reason for this, though. The reason, tell them why you don't want 1 deer in your herd. We haven't actually said that.
It's because it breaks your herd. You effectively have narrowed your herd down to 1, and for some reason they won't spawn right now. They might fix it in the future, but right now they won't respawn.
It's the bug right now.
Yeah.
It's the spawning bug right now, that's why.
Yes. So,
right?
Yes. So what I was getting at, okay, guys, you shot 4 by accident, you had 5 in the herd, okay? If you don't pick up one of those, you can pick up 3, leave 1 on the ground. What happens is your game, next time around, you're going to notice that you only have 4 out of the 5. Well, it's because that one you left laying and you didn't pick up, you basically just killed that spawn for just that game session. If you were to come back
for that game session,
just for that game session, if you were to come back in after you restarted your application, rebooted your game, that spawn will be back in there. Okay, so you didn't effectively kill the game, and that's how it's worked the last 2 or 3 times this has happened to me. Not saying it works for everybody. It's a good rule of thumb just to try it. I mean, if it's not a diamond or anything, what are you really losing by not picking it up? This is better than breaking your herd up if it's in a good spot. So I shot a buck, and I have a doe that's in the pool to be spawned in. It can be put back there. And like I said, I'm a firm believer is your zones are attached to your map. You have to find your zones.
What do you mean by they're attached to your map?
That means if I have a herd of 5 doe, in this pool, that I have 5 extra does sitting in this pool that's not, they have nowhere to go.
It's spawn pool where
yes,
what's going to be
pool.
spawned
They have
back
nowhere
onto the
to
map.
go.
Yep.
Okay, they're floating there because you haven't actually found their need zone. You haven't attached them to your map. I really need to get that out there because even though my method seems to work, you're gonna get does and bucks displaced. It is until you find all your zones. And that's when I know I have a new zone out there. If I haven't shot any bucks or any does out of my herds, right? Let's say all my herds were all bucks, and I'm shooting them, and all of a sudden there's a doe that pops up. Well, I know that I'm missing zones, and that's what I thought I had all my zones pretty much figured out.
So why is that?
That's what I just basically said.
So I'm trying to wrap my brain around.
Yeah. If you shoot a buck and a doe, right? They go into this pool. Right?
Yeah. Let me just reiterate what you say so that I can wrap my brain around it, because that's kind of how my brain works. Is that okay?
Okay.
So if you shoot a buck and a doe, they're going to go back into the spawn pool.
That's
and they're going to respawn randomly. Okay, continue. I'm with you.
Okay, so if you have herds out there that are not set to certain zones, like I'm saying, those are in the pool itself. Those are in that spawn pool.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Herds that are not... They're up there. Okay, where? What do you mean by that? I think that's where people are confused.
Okay, if you have not found, like this herd over here to the left, if you're looking, if I haven't officially found this herd and attached it and assigned it to this spot on my map, it can therefore be up in the spawn pool, and I could be over here at the lake to the east of me, one day, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a new spawn here, a new herd.
A new herd shows up.
Yeah, effectively it was in your game ready to get spawned out, right? Because it wasn't attached to my zone here. So those, therefore, they're up in a spawn pool, and that spawn could actually just be right here until it's attached. So what I'm saying is, until you attach it, those animals are up in that spawn pool with those 2, the doe and the buck that you just took. You understand?
So basically what you're saying is there's a zone that's ready to go down onto the map, and when I kill a buck and a doe, it's going to go into the spawn pool with the animals that are in the pool already and will be randomly distributed.
Yes.
And these respawns could actually end up in the new zone, couldn't they?
They can, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm with you, I think. I am.
When I'm hunting and I'm killing my bucks and all of a sudden I find does start popping up in there, I know that I have a zone not figured out. I have a zone out there that I need to go find where it wants to go so I can attach it.
Okay, that makes sense to me now.
And this,
Yep.
this pool
If you kill
left
bucks, only bucks are going to respawn, and if you get a doe, that means there should be. That is telling you that there are zones that you need to find.
yes,
right?
that's correct. That are not
Okay.
discovered on
I
the
didn't
map.
know that. That's something I learned.
Yeah, and then
I
mean, once you
did not know that.
Yeah. So that's how I can tell when I have zones that are not found. Like right now, I have, I think, 48 herds and 42 zones altogether. So I got
That's
5 places
crazy.
that use their double herds. Some are.
But I just want to show people. I'm just trying to. It takes a bit to open the map. Whitetail are sneaky. They can drink. See this. There's a lake here. This is Belmont Lake. But look at all these little pieces of water. You can have a herd at any of these pieces of water. Look at this little dot right up here above the Belmont swamplands. I've seen whitetail drinking at this dot of water. They're really sneaky. They're hard to
She's
find.
talking about right here.
Gotta
guys.
track them.
Yeah. That's indeed. It can be anywhere.
Yep. All right. What do we need to? What are we on to?
So that's a major part. So just know if y'all start saying, seeing that, hey, my bucks I'm killing are being replaced, and now I have an all doe herd. It's because you need to get out there and find your herds. You honestly do. First things first, find your zones. I honestly believe everybody has about 40 drink zones, plus or
40
minus
zones.
2 to 3. Judging by my uncle, I went to my uncle's map, guys, and I found him a couple more zones. And I was looking at it, and his spots were almost identical to my spots. I mean, they're going to be
so
about that area. They're not going to be right on
Fascinating.
it. But he had almost the identical amount of zones right on par with where mine were.
Did you spawn the fourth big rack? The fourth great one that was the big rack on North Lake?
I did. I've spawned both of my big great ones, my biggest great ones on North Lake, the south end of it.
This zone, first zone?
Was
it at the first zone on the right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna travel there.
North Lake, yeah.
North Lake.
Yep, it's to the
Nice.
southeast side of it. Yeah, and here's the deal. I want to go through a cycle with y'all, okay? I do, because there was a point that you made that got like I was trying to say, but it got kind of taken and ran with. So here's the deal. When we talk about activating zones, I'm not talking about going to every one of my zones and activating it before I hunt that cycle. That is incorrect. Don't do that. You're wasting so much time, and by the time you make it back to the first one, they're probably not even there. You're going to have to reactivate them, okay? So Fishing Master said he tried to activate them, and they show up. They come in at 1400. Okay, look. Let me hop over, and I'll do it. You can follow if you want. We already have our deer here. It is a little bit later in the day.
What time do I reset the time? Are you sticking with 12:29 for good weather?
Yeah, I'm sitting at 12:20. So
12:29, and that's it just ensures that you're not going to get any terrible weather. But he changes the time back to 12:29, guys.
Yes.
When do you? There seems to be confusion on when exactly you do turn your game off and when you don't. Can you talk about that for a second?
When I turn the game all the way off?
All the way off.
It's
when you shut your game off and go back in.
When I don't fill a heater. When I'm not getting diamonds and big twos or trolls. And
you just feel like you're
rares.
getting nothing?
Yeah,
you reset?
Yeah, you can just turn it off. I mean,
okay, and that'll help?
Yeah, and here's the deal with the heaters, guys. Like, literally, and I'm going to associate with this till the day I quit playing this game or until it kicks me out completely. This is all RNG. It's like a slot machine. It honestly is. You're sitting down at a slot machine each time you start your game up. When you completely exit out of your application or you start it up, as soon as you sit down and click open this game, let's start let's hunt, you're effectively sitting down on a new slot machine. Is it going to be hot or is it going to be cold? Nobody knows until you play it for a second. I'm getting to where there's no whitetail, but we're late in the session here, so I can show them what I mean by initiating spawns.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a firm believer in a lot of my spawns are going to be where they need to be after 1300. But the whole thing is, the first few, we just want to get those extra shots in. So we're trying to bounce around our first 3 spots to initiate them, get them going, give them a push start.
So to activate your zones And guys, activating your zones is the workaround that Grim has for the spawning bug right now. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, because if you notice, they're slow to get to their zones, and they're quick
They're
to
slow,
leave.
very slow. Yep.
So
yeah, they are.
All I'm doing is I'm activating that area so they start moving a little bit quicker. But if you notice, I didn't
So
have
what
to
do you do to activate them specifically then?
just show up in the area. Just spawn in.
And how many, you just, like, quick travel, and that's it?
Yeah, just fast travel to the first 3 areas. I'll run up there and check them. You know, I'll run up and check the zone, see if the deer are there. If they're there, I'll hunt them. I'll harvest them.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back. But yeah, like this whole activating all your zones, that was a little out of context and ran with. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm activating all, and I come back around, there's nothing there. Well, it's because you're activating too many. You know, and that's why
You're activating. You can activate too many.
Let's say that you're over here on this side of the map in this area. Your zones, your spawns are working how they're supposed to. They're traveling. They're doing what they need to do. They're eating. They're feeding. All your animals are doing what they're supposed to do. Well, if you're away from this too long and you're on the other side of the map, it basically is going to shut down. Your game's not going to process everything all at once. Do you understand what I'm saying? This game's not gonna, run in the background and have all these
It can
doing
get
this.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It can get overwhelmed.
So I think you have little sections that are actually active when you're in that area. So if you go away from it, it's actually not going to be doing anything. It's going to be dormant until you actually go into that area.
So as you get into the area says, oh, there's somebody here, and it kind of wakes up.
Yeah.
And takes a minute for their animals to start coming in. Is that right?
That's what I feel.
Basically.
I'm not saying it's right, but that's what I play by.
No, but it's been working for you, right?
Yeah, that's what I play by.
But people are wondering, we were confused on what does it mean to activate, like in running around to all their different zones and stuff, but it's actually a very quick process for you?
Yeah, it's basically quick. So you can, I'll just finish this cycle and I'll start at 12:29. Let y'all watch me do a cycle. You watch what I do, is what I'm saying. Like, I can say all that I want, but it's easier to just see it done. There's a 3 right there. 246 to 287. It's a level 3 over here, lady.
Is there a level 3 there?
Yeah, it looks like a diamond rack, too. It is a diamond rack.
Where are you?
Fish mesh, you might have to go in and out of those zones a few times. Not just because you activate it once, they're going to be there. I've literally had to go 3 or 4 times, but it's quick to fast travel, so just go back and forth until they show up. Until they're
basically,
there.
you just keep fast traveling into the area until they do show up.
Yeah, because
you know they are eventually going to show up. Is that right?
That is correct. And usually, if I activate them earlier, here's the other.
It helps speed it up.
Yeah, it just helps them traveling. I mean, you still have to wait for them to travel to get there. Need the subs. Did a good hit.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I could have taken another one.
Oh my gosh, I just saw that rack. That's gonna be over 270. If this is 275.5, lady, I'm going to hurt you. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Dave. Oh, Dave's there. Hey, Darth.
Man, that's good. It's at least.
Hey, guys.
I'm pretty sure it's in the at least 269. I might stay with my 269. But I'm gonna say
my great one grind starts on Wednesday in Mexico. Let's have a look at this guy. Oh, he is nice. Look at this buck. Oh, he's thick, isn't he?
Giving out all my diamonds on my. It's 2 days in a row I've given out.
Well, you can pick it up. It's your diamond. You pick it up.
No, get it. I need a.
All right, he is nice.
I need a.
He is a 262.1.
Oh, I was way off. 262. Who's 2?
Okay guys, that is going to wrap it up for this one. I know that was a lot of information, so I am going to try to add chapters to this video to help you sort through it better. Definitely check out the first 2 videos in the series for more information, more awesome information on exactly how respawns work, and definitely head over to Twitch and give Grim_DV a follow. And you can maybe watch him spawn that 5th great one live. I bet it's gonna happen. Pretty sure. And a huge thank you to Grim for sharing all of his amazing tactics and coming up with it in the first place with us. I mean, that is so amazing. He is really trying to help us, help the community to prosper and get out of this game what we are looking for. And there are more great ones spawning, that is for sure. He is a pretty smart guy. It's pretty nuts. So for the rest of the video, guys, I'm going to share with you Grim shooting his 4th and biggest great one live on Twitch.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's the big boy. Get the hell out of here. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Oh my god, I got the chills. What the heck? You gotta be kidding me right now. 612 to 681. Y'all put y'all's guesses in. It's for a $50 Amazon card. Are you serious right now? Papa's not here. Oh my god, Papa's not here. Holy cow, this big boy's making my heart pound more than any of these other
And I'm
ones.
going
And
to
it's at
leave
the
you
same
with
spot I got my
Grim's
big last
fourth
one.
great one live
Did I
from
scare him?
Twitch.
Why are they moving? Oh my god, Oh. Holy cow. Get out of here. I don't see it being a rare fur, but get out of here. Holy cow, man, I can't. My fingers. Tell me that's a good shot. Tell me it's a good shot. What the?
Tell me that's a good shot.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what the score is, but y'all put whatever. Oh my gosh, I was so overdue for a great one. Oh my god. It makes this grind all the worth it. Papa, I'm so sorry, brother. I am so sorry that you're not in here to watch this. Know that I'm thinking about you. I truly am, and I'm coming to your map or you're coming to mine. We are getting you a great one. I have promised you that since day one, and I'm going to do it. My goal now is for Papa to get a great one. Lady, I'm coming to you next. After that, Papa has to be first because he is family, so no offense. No offense, but that is my blood. Oh my god. Get out of here. Y'all. Oh my gosh, dude. Got the great one. The big boy. Don't dashboard me. I don't even want to take pictures. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Get out of. Oh my god. Look at that thing. Oh. I have tears. I'm not gonna lie. Holy cow. I am shaking. Oh, I don't want to push the wrong button. So first thing, come on, don't dashboard me. I'll screen capture it. Look at that, dude. It's crazy. You lose that